But I should be surprised if we do not hear from Brook Street in the morning. Good night.
Night, old fellow.
Morning, Doctor. Your tea's here.
Thank you, Nora.
Mr. Blessington, your breakfast tea. Mr. Blessington?
Watson. Get dressed quickly. There's a cab waiting for us.
Why? What's the matter?
The Brook Street business.
Any fresh news? For God's sake, come at once, P. Trevelyan.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, I'm so glad you could come.
What has happened?
Mr. Blessington has committed suicide.
Suicide?
Yes. He hanged himself during the night.
Has the body been touched?
No.
Where is the page?
Nowhere to be found.
Good morning, Inspector.
Mr. Holmes, delighted to see you. Now, please take a look. We were just about to take him down.
Right, Inspector.
Stretcher! Well, that'll be all.
Have you heard of the events leading up to this affair?
Yes, Dr. Trevelyan has told me something of them.
And have you formed an opinion?
As far as I can see, the man was driven out of his senses by fright. The bed has been well slept in. There was his impression deep enough for all to see. It is about 5 in the morning, you know, that suicides are most common. That would be about the time that he hanged himself. Seems to have been a very deliberate affair.
Yes, from the rigidity of the limbs, I'd say he'd been dead about 3 hours.
Thank you, Watson. Noticed anything peculiar about the room?
There was a screwdriver on the mantelpiece, and he seems to have smoked heavily during the night. I found these in the fireplace.
Huh? Have you his cigar holder?
No, I haven't seen one.
His cigar case, then?
Yes, it was in his coat pocket.
This is Havana. And these others are the cigars of the peculiar sort which are imported by the Dutch from their East Indian colonies. They're usually wrapped in straw, you know, and are thinner for their length than any other brand. I don't suppose you've read my monograph on cigars and cigar ash.
Well,
No, of course not. Thank you. These have been smoked with a holder, and these without. These have been cut by a not very sharp knife, and these have had their ends bitten off by a set of very excellent teeth. There were 3 men here last night.
good heavens. But nothing was stolen, so what were they doing here?
That is what we have to find out.
How did they get in?
The same way we did, through the front door.
If the door was barred in the morning.
Then it was barred after they left.
Well, how do you know that?
I saw their traces. If you will just give me a few moments, Inspector, I may be able to give you some further information. Don't move, Watson. The actual facts are very simple. I shall be surprised if by the afternoon I cannot give you the reasons for them as well.
But Holmes, can't you tell us anything now?
Oh. There is no doubt as to the sequence of events. There were 3 of them in it. A young man, an old man, and a third, to whose identity I have no clue. The first 2 I need hardly remark. Were the same who masqueraded as the Russian Count and his son. So we can give a very good description of them, can we not, Dr. Trevelyan? They were admitted by a Confederate inside the house. They entered the hall, the older man first, the younger man second, and the unknown man in the rear. They ascended the stairs. With the help of a wire, they forced the key. Even without the lens, you can see where the pressure has been applied.